This is the Padres POSTCAST, your instant game reaction for the San Diego Padres. Part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day.
What is up, Padre fan? The hottest team in baseball, your San Diego Padres, the Friar Faithful, all over downtown Denver. Those rooftop bars going to be hopping in the Rocky Mountains as the Padres beat the Rockies 1-0. They beat Colorado for the 8th straight time. They've won 14 of their last 16 games. They've won 5 series in a row. And yes, they are the hottest team in baseball. What a win tonight for the Padres. Randy Vásquez with a beautiful job on the mound, and on a night when Mason Miller, who had thrown 4 of the last 6 games and even with the day off yesterday was unavailable tonight, you get a scoreless inning from Jason Adam, a scoreless inning from Adrian Morejon, and a bases-loaded walk of all things caps a 2-out rally that wins this game 1-0 as Randy Vásquez continues his domination of the Rockies. I'm Jim Greasehaber. Call me Grease on the #1 sports podcast network in the world, the Locked On Podcast Network on the Locked On Padres channel. It's your Padres postcast. What a win to start the series in Colorado. Let's go.
This is what you'll be talking about.
7 shutout innings for Randy Vásquez. He's 3-0 in his last 3 starts at Coors Field with a 1.89 ERA and only 3 walks. How good has Vásquez been this year in a time when Nick Pivetta's on the IL and you really needed someone to step up? It has been Vásquez. Strikeouts weren't huge tonight, but he did retire the last 12 Rockies he faced. Manny Machado's bases-loaded walk. Jake Cronenworth, blind squirrel, found an acorn with a 2-out hit. They load the bases, rally it up. Manny walks with the bases loaded. They don't get another one across. And then in the top of the 9th, they had another good rally going with 2 outs. Couldn't get the run in either. So they did not add insurance, did not help themselves or their pitchers any offensively, but they played flawless defense and the pitching came through in the end. So again, like I said, for the Padres with the bullpen locking it down, that's 14 out of 16. They played the second of 3 tomorrow in Colorado. They wrap it up on Thursday. Very rare Friday off. In fact, extremely rare. Never happens during the season, but they're traveling to Mexico City to play the Arizona Diamondbacks for 2 over the weekend, which will be dope on Saturday and Sunday. So we'll see how that goes. But pitching, execution, the bases loaded walk, the 2-out rally, and more importantly, this team just finding more and more ways to win, more and more ways to beat the Rockies, more and more ways to win overall. So an outstanding job by our San Diego Padres. And let's just take a quick peek here at the recap. 14th and 16 games after the 2-5 start, 15-3 since the start of last season against the Rockies. And man, Randy Vásquez against Seattle last time out was not real great. Remember, that was the game they scored 5 runs in the bottom of the 9th, being down 6-2 to win in the bottom of the 9th, their 3rd walk-off in a week after the 2 in the 4-game sweep over Colorado a little less than 2 weeks ago, right? So they have become a team who wins every type of game under Craig Stammen. He's managed the bullpen beautifully. He's made all the right moves, done the best with what he's working with guys like Ty France and Jake Cronenworth in the lineup on the regular, although playing first base tonight was Gavin Sheets. And on a night when the bats weren't really necessarily all the way there, I think they had 5 hits, maybe 6 on the game. But, you know, Jake Cronenworth scores the only run of the game off Chase Dollander, who falls to 2-2. Vásquez gets the win with the 7-inning performance, man. Randy Vásquez does an incredible job. And Randy now on the season with the win, by the way, goes to 2-0. 7 innings pitched, 3 hits, 5 strikeouts, nothing else for Randy. Dollander, 3 hits, 1 run, 9 strikeouts. Great pitcher's duel tonight. Morejon, his first save, 3rd Padres pitcher to pick up a save this season already. And that's a really nice sign with that bullpen, man. Looking really good without a member. Suarez is gone, right? Yuki Matsui's been out. Adam just came back, and it's crazy. Fernando with 2 singles tonight. The Rockies have lost 9 of their last 12 games. So crazy, you know. The 6th save of Morejon's 8-year Major League career. So, again, finding more and more ways to win, the Padres are, and it's just fun to watch, man. It's fun to watch night in and night out. They're walking it off late in games. They're having offensive explosions. They're pushing hard on the base pass. Their pitching staff has been coming through. They're winning games where they're scoring a ton of runs. They're winning games 1-0. They're winning the run games. They're winning the walk-off games. They're winning the extra inning games. They're winning every type of game imaginable right now. And that is why they are the hottest team in baseball. And remember, the streak was broken in the opener at Anaheim, and now they have a 3-game win streak after the 8-game win streak. So 8 games lost, 3 more games now on the current win streak, and they will take that into tomorrow night. And again, Thursday here against the Rockies. But, when you talk about the way they've been winning games and just take a look at the scores on this streak, right? I mean, that 8-game win streak, 8-2, 7-3, 5-2, 9-5, 7-2, 4-1, 7-6, 5-2, 8-0, 4-1, 2-1, and 1-0. And those are the last 11 wins for the Padres. So that's tells you a lot about the many different ways this team is finding to win their games. And this is a lot of fun. Rama Murdy in the chat on YouTube. Randy Vásquez slowly becoming an elite starter. And yes, we are playing Gage. Shout out. Great. Shout out Rama Murdy. And shout out to all the everydayers right here on the Locked On Podcast Network. More for you guys in a little bit. Jim Greasehaber, call me Grease. 1-zip the final in the opener tonight at Coors Field, Denver, Colorado. They beat the Rockies. Man, they just own the Rockies 8 in a row and 12-3 or 15-3, going back to the beginning of last season. So really a whole lot to get to tonight. And it's not a lot to talk about because it's kind of a thin game. You know what I'm saying? The Padres scored 1 run in the 6th inning, and that's how they won the game. So, and Vásquez didn't really get in any trouble tonight, which was really nice to see. At one point, again, retiring the last 12 in a row that he faced. So for the Padres, they win this game 1-0, and it happened in the top of the 6th inning. And again, they had a couple other chances to score after that and in this inning too, but they pushed one across, and on this night, it was enough. So let's take you to...
Time to reveal where the game was won or lost. It's the turning point.
Top of the 6th inning for the Padres after Freddie Fermin flies out to right. Jake Cronenworth with a 1-out double. Laureano strikes out swinging. He struck out 3 times, as did Jackson Merrill tonight, BT Dubs. But Laureano strikes out swinging. Look, there's 2 away. Cronenworth's on second. Oh, Tatis, an infield single to short. Cronenworth goes to third. Merrill gets hit by a pitch, and the bases are loaded. Manny Machado, which he's done all season long, draws the walk. And then Bogart strikes out swinging on a check swing that he couldn't hold up. But that's your turning point, because the only run that was scored in the game, Randy Vásquez was in the midst of his pushing the Rockies around tonight. And he was wrapping up what he was doing to them. And he was in the midst of his 12-in-a-row streak, right? So Fernando with the 2 hits, and Bogarts, Andujar, and Fermin and Cronenworth each had 1. And then for the pitchers, Vásquez went 7, told you 3 hits, 5 strikeouts, only threw 84 pitches. Adam had a 12-pitch inning with a strikeout, nothing else. Morejon with the save had an 8-pitch inning with 2 strikeouts and nothing else. So a great job by the Padres tonight, just getting it done. And wow, you look around baseball, the Braves are pretty hot too, but other than that, Yankees are looking pretty good over in the American League. But other than that, not too much going on. And you look at the Mets and look at what's going on with Juan Soto's out. And oh my God, what a mess. Come on out and beat the mess. And you gotta love that, right? You gotta love that. All right, before we hit the break, one more thing to get to, because we got a lot of things to do and not a lot of content to fill the show with tonight. So I am going to, let's see. No, there's no second guest tonight.
Somebody messed up, and it's time to let them know with who fudged up.
Yeah, that would be Dollander. He was pitching great tonight too, but for some reason he got a little timid there in that 6th inning and allowed that bases loaded walk to Manny. Didn't really go after Manny the way you thought he would there. And so their bullpen was good, pitching, scoreless innings. And by the way, Herget started, not Dollander. Dollander pitched 6 innings, but Herget with the start for 1 inning. So the Rockies there, their pitchers did a good job tonight. I mean, their hitters didn't help them out any. They only got 3 hits in this game, and they struck out 8 times. Pretty interesting tonight. Only 2 Rockies reached scoring position. They struck out 8 times. They only had 3 hits, only left 3 on base. And man, what a performance. No extra base hits for the Rockies. So great job by Vásquez, Adam, and Morejon tonight on the field in Denver, Colorado, as the Padres beat the Rockies 1-0. 8th straight win over Colorado, 15-3 since last year. Randy Vásquez, 3-0 with a 1.89 and only 3 walks in his last 3 starts there. Retired the last 12 hitters tonight, and he went 7 innings to pick up the win, giving up only 3 hits. They got their run in the 6th, 1-6-0 for the Padres, 0-3-1 for the Rockies. As we continue with the postcast, Jim Greasehaber, call me Grease. A man after my own heart, or a girl, I don't know. Diablo de Mexico says, any inside info on why Jake Cronenworth is still on the team? My kind of fan right there. I have no idea. It befuddles me. It literally befuddles me. Some things are inexplicable phenomenons in this world we live in, right? Jake Cronenworth's stature on the Padres To me, and Javi laughs at me for this, is one of them. All right, it's Greece. It's the postcast. On the other side, the player of the game. On the other side, the X Factor. And on the other side, we get you ready for tomorrow night's game 2 of the series. Look, the Padres looking to clinch their 6th straight series win. We'll tell you who's on the hill. We'll tell you what the odds look like. And then we'll bust on out of here and talk to you again tomorrow. But first, a word from our sponsors, and we will be continuing with the show. Un momento, por favor. First things first, Greece, tell you about Indeed sponsored jobs. Workplace chaos, deadlines stacking up, inbox overflowing, and the one position you have to fill still sitting open. When the pressure's on and you need the right hire, this is a job. Dun, 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 for Indeed sponsored jobs. Indeed sponsored jobs helps you reach the people who actually fit what you're looking for: skills, experience, location. So you're not just hoping the right candidate stumbles across your post. And here's a stat you're going to love. It says it all. In the minute I've been talking to you or less, companies like yours have made 27 hires on Indeed, according to Indeed data worldwide. So what does that mean for you? If you're hiring, spend less time searching and more time interviewing candidates who check all your boxes with Indeed sponsored jobs. Talking about less stress, less time, more results. When you need the right person to cut through the chaos, this is a job. Dun, 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 for Indeed sponsored jobs. And listeners, viewers too, we don't discriminate, of this show, we'll get a $75 Make You Holler sponsored job credit to help your job get the premium status it deserves at Indeed.com/podcast. Just go to Indeed.com/podcast right now and support our show by saying you heard about Indeed on this podcast. Indeed.com/podcast. Terms and conditions apply. Need to hire? This is a job. Dun, 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 for Indeed sponsored jobs. And you might wonder, hey, Grease, where does all this energy come from? Man, you're like a 5-year-old. The ADHD is real, but if you have a sweet tooth like I do, you know how tough it is to find that perfect treat without all the sugar. That's why the Confetti Craze 5-Hour Energy Shot brings that nostalgic flavor back in a whole new way. This is that classic taste you remember, right? But with a tasty caffeine boost that keeps me hopping like that 5-year-old, and zero sugar. It's a quick, easy way to satisfy that sweet craving while keeping things simple and on the go. I've always loved birthday cake, but I can't be eating sweets all day, man. Come on, it's a perfect alternative. The Shots 5-Hour Energy Confetti Craze tastes just like birthday cake, vanilla, buttery. You know what I mean? It gives you unapologetically extra flavor and keeps you unstoppably energized. It's convenient. It's become my go-to when I want something sweet without going overboard. The Funfetti flavor is back on 5hourenergy.com or Amazon. Crack open Confetti Craze 5-Hour Energy Shot today on the Locked On Podcast Network, the #1 podcast network, and your team, your Friars, faithful every day. Excuse me. And speaking of the everydayers, you got to cough once in a while, don't you? Speaking of the everydayers, we just told you we'd be back to you, didn't we? Did we not? We did. We did. Don't forget to check out the Everydayer Club for ad-free episodes and access to a group chat with me, with Javi, other listeners of the show. There's a Discord as well. Tap the link in the show notes. It's always there every day. And you will be there with the Everydayer Club for your Locked On Padres podcast and postcast on the Locked On Podcast Network. Your team every day. All right, excuse me, get that tickle out of my throat. Finish the show here. 1-Zip Padres, thank you for being here. From the everydayers right on down to the newbies, the #1 sports podcast network. We are live on YouTube after every Padres game. Immediately after every Padres game, which have mostly been wins lately, we are live. What a fun time. What a fun job. What a great thing to share with you as the Pods win 1-0 tonight. 14 out of 16, 3 in a row. They go for their 6th straight series win tomorrow night. More on that in a minute. 5:40 first pitch. We're here right after the game. As always, remember, they're off Friday after Thursday's finale in this 3-game set. Then they go to Mexico City to play the Arizona Diamondbacks. Going to be a lot of fun with that as well. And don't forget, our man, Javi Reyes, day in, day out, Locked On Padres, on the same channels we are on. Wherever you're watching or listening to me right now is where you find him. And that would be live on YouTube after every game. We upload right after the show. You download Spotify, Apple, iHeart, Stitcher, Podbean, wherever you get your podcast audio version. And then, of course, you down with OTT. Yeah, you know me. It's over-the-top television. It is Roku with your Padres postcast. All right, 1-0 the final. Vasquez dominates 7 innings pitched. Great job. He's 3-0 with a 1.89 ERA and only 3 walks in his last 3 starts at Colorado. Pods have won 8 in a row over the Rockies and 14 of 16 overall. 15-3 against Colorado since the beginning of last season. A bases loaded walk to Manny Machado brings in the 1 run of the game, Jake Cronenworth, who had a 1-out double. And Jake scored the run tonight. They held the Rockies to 3 hits. Adam and Morejon with a scoreless inning. 8 strikeouts, no extra base hits. Only 2 runners reached scoring position for the Rockies, and that was an unbelievable job. So Vasquez, 7 innings, 3 hits, 5 strikeouts. Adam and Morejon combined for 3 strikeouts on just 20 pitches in 2 scoreless innings out of the bullpen, which leads me to...
It's time to reveal who made the biggest under-the-radar impact with today's X Factor.
Very simple. Jason Adam and Adrian Morejon with no, I repeat, no, I say one more time, no Mason Miller available tonight. Pitched 4 out of 6 games, including Sunday. Even with the day off, Craig Stammen saying, hey, it's a long season, and so you can expect Miller tomorrow night in a tight one. But Morejon, his first save of the season. 3rd Padre to pick up a save. Adam, they hold. They threw a total of 20 pitches. They struck out 3. No hits, no walks, no nothing for the Rockies off Adam and Morejon, which makes them the X factor of the game tonight. And that means all we have left is...
This is the Locked On Player of the Game.
Randy Vásquez, 7 innings. Man, what a job by Randy. 3 hits allowed, 5 strikeouts, retired the last 12 hitters, 84 pitches. He could have gone another, man. He was dealing. Retired his last 12. I know I'm redundant, but I'm excited about Randy. 3-0, 1.89 ERA in his last 3 starts at Coors Field. And, man, with Pivetta on the IL and Dylan Cease gone in that rotation and no Musgrove yet and no Yu Darvish this year at all, how great has it been for one Randy Vásquez? He's 2-0 on the season, but Randy on the season, and this is something you really need to pay attention to with Randy Vásquez, old number 98, the 27-year-old right-hander, 2-0 with a 1.88 and 30 strikeouts on the season. On the season, 28 2/3 innings, 23 hits, 6 earned runs, a homer, 8 walks, and 30 strikeouts. Remember, he did not pitch well against the Mariners last time out, but he didn't take the L. He didn't have to take an L and then bounce back because the Pods scored 5 in the bottom of the 9th to beat the Mariners in that game. All right, so Vásquez, the player of the game, the bullpen, the X factor, and here we go with tomorrow night. Tomorrow, I love you, tomorrow. The Pods 16-7, 7-3 on the road, by the way. It'll be Walker, Bueller, anyone? Bueller, anyone? Ben Stein wasn't that hyper, but I'm not Ben Stein, you know what I'm saying? Bueller, 1-1 with a 4.58. His last 2 starts have been pretty good against Tomoyuki Shigano, who the Padres have faced and beaten already this year. He's 1-1 with a 3.92. First pitch at 5:40 p.m. Pacific, and we will be here. I will, and I'm sure you will be too, for your Padres postcast right after the game on YouTube. Then we upload, you download Spotify, Apple, iHeart, Stitcher, Podbean, wherever you get it. Then OTT, yeah, you know me, it's Roku, and we are there as well as Tegna affiliate TV stations that pick up the show. And Locked On Padres with Javi on all these same platforms, wherever you're watching or seeing your boy Grease right now at Jim Grease _. That is where you will find Javi Peño, our boy Javi Reyes, with the best Padres day-to-day talk in the biz. One more thing to tell you about before we bounce like Mickey Mouse, and that is, oh man, the Everydayer Club. Thank you so much for tuning in to your Padres postcast. Locked On Padres will be here every day. We're here after the game tomorrow as well. Make sure you subscribe and follow Locked On Padres so you get all the latest episode. And if you never miss an episode, the Everydayer Club is for you. Get Locked On Padres ad-free, plus members-only Discord access and more. Head to the link in the description to join the club. For those of you on video, we send you to the first ever 24/7 National Locked On Podcast Network YouTube channel. On audio for your second listen, go check out the Locked On MLB. Again, go to the link that's in the show notes, and you will be ready, Freddie, for the Everydayer Club. That's it for me. Doc say it's a wrap. It's a wrap. 1-0 Padres. They win tomorrow. They win their 6th straight series. 15-3 in their last 18 over the Rockies. 8 in a row over Colorado. And Walker Bueller will try to go for all that tomorrow when the Red Hot Pods, the best team in baseball, go for win number 17 and win number 8 on the road. We're here right after the game with a postcast. Until then, keep your game tight and your mind right. Thank you, faithful, for being here for your Padres postcast on the Locked On Podcast Network, the #1 sports podcast network.